Duane Allman is the greatest guitar player there ever was. Boom! I said it. I finally said it. Duane Allman is the greatest guitar player that's ever walked the earth. So you recently saw a video of Derek Trucks, Duane Allman, Ry Cooder, Warren Hayes, or Sonny Landreth, and you decided to learn slide guitar. But once you put a slide to a standard tuned guitar, it doesn't produce the sound that you're looking for, and you start to lose interest in learning slide guitar. So you want to learn how to play slide guitar, but you can't get past the jangly sounds that your guitar makes as soon as you press one of these bad boys to your fretboard. Today I have a hack for you. It's fairly common knowledge amongst slide players, but for those of you who are just getting into slide, this will make learning a lot easier and a lot more enjoyable. But before we get to that, let's cover what slide guitar is for those of you who aren't familiar with the technique. Sorry about that. Had to change the battery. Where were we? Right. Slide guitar is a technique where the player wears a slide on their finger and uses the slide to fret the note instead of pressing down on the fingerboard. Slides can be made of various materials, everything from glass, brass, steel, aluminum, even beer bottles. Slide was very popular in the 20s and 30s, particularly for the blues players. And in the 60s and 70s, slide guitar reached its pinnacle of popularity when a lot of rock bands used this technique. Some bands, such as the Allman Brothers, have built their whole sound around the slide guitar, while other bands, such as Steve Miller and ZZ Top, use slide regularly throughout their songs. Now, how does one make such soulful sound on this instrument? If you've ever tried slide guitar, you've likely noticed the clunky and jangly sounds the guitar makes when you try to fret or slide a note. That can be contributed to three main factors: your tuning, your touch, and your muting. And today we're going to talk about tuning. Slide guitar can be played on any tuning, but open tunings tend to sound a lot better and be easier for players to use. Like this. Notice how no fret was fretted, but yet an E chord was still produced. That's because this is an open E tuning. From low to high, you have E, B, E, G sharp, B, E. Those are the notes of an E chord. Tune your instrument to this, and you'll be in open E tuning. Now, once you have your guitar tuned to open E, try playing slide. It should be a lot smoother and a lot easier to manage the sound. If you take your open E tuning and fret each of the notes going up to the 12th fret, you'll get E, F, F sharp, G, like you would on the low E string. But strum all 6 strings, and you get the open chords. So without fretting, you have E, fret on the first fret, F chord, F sharp chord, G sharp, all the way up. It's pretty cool. Now you'll have to figure out minor chords and figure out your scales, but this is all part of the technique. This will help you expand your music theory knowledge and help you become a better player. Now these same principles work for other tunings as well. You have open G tuning, which the Rolling Stones used a lot, open A, open D. I use open C every now and then. All of this applies to other tunings as well, but instead of an E chord when you're playing open strings, you might have an A chord or a D chord. Heck, you might even have an F sharp chord if that's your thing. If you're looking for more open tunings, check out the link in my bio. It will take you to my website, sustainedresonance.com. Under the resources page, you'll find a document telling you all the useful open tunings for the guitar. As I mentioned earlier, you can play slide guitar in standard tuning. It makes it a little bit more difficult because not all the strings are lined up when you're fretting a slide. As you can tell, this slide covers most of, if not all, the fretboard, so your muting and your touch techniques have to be up to par as well. Warren Hayes made his career playing slide guitar in standard tuning, so it can be done, just with a little bit more practice. If you decide to go down the standard tuning route, I recommend learning all the fundamentals of slide guitar and open tuning first. It's easier to play in an open tuning than standard tuning at first. It'll keep your interest longer, then you can switch back later and let your fingers slide all over the place. Let me know what tunings you plan on using, or which ones you already use to play slide guitar in the comments below. Smash that like button if you found this video helpful, subscribe if you haven't already, And until next time, let the music play.